Another taboo that people take for granted is God's anointed. They become accursed and a taboo unto you when you touch them. And that was why God explicitly said by His Spirit in the Psalms, He said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. If God says touch not concerning something, it means when you touch it, it becomes an accursed thing unto you. It means when you touch it, it becomes a taboo. What? Unto you. He said if they went from nation to nation, He suffered no man to do them wrong. He rebuked kings for their sake, saying, what? Touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. So if you are listening to me and you are part of those who run your mouth against men and women of God, you are bringing yourself under a curse. It's not my word, the scriptures. God said, touch not my anointed. So if you touch them the wrong way, by your mouth, by your pen, on your keypad, you are bringing a curse upon yourself. It's the scriptures, it's not me. And I want us to look at several accounts in the Bible. Let's see how men that walked with God handled the Lord's anointed. Look at the story of Saul and David. David was a man who God anointed as king secretly by Samuel while Saul was still on the throne. But never for once did David raise up his hand against Saul. Not even when Saul began to hate him, not when Saul began to despise him, not when Saul took his wife and gave to another man. David never fought Saul. David never spoke against Saul. Imagine, David was a man that God sent to deliver and liberate Saul. Demons would torment Saul. David would play the harp. The demons would leave Saul. Yet Saul threw a spear or a javelin or whatever it was at David several times. Yet David never spoke against Saul. David never fought Saul. And when it was obvious that Saul really wanted to kill David, David ran for his life. And Saul came after David. And there was a time, the Bible even makes us know that God caused a deep sleep to fall upon Saul and his armor bearer and his soldiers that were around him. And David entered into his camp. And to prove to Saul that I had your life in my hands, I could have killed you, David cut off Saul's robe. And the Bible makes us know that for that cloth that David cut off from Saul's garment, to prove to Saul that I could have killed you, but I didn't. The Bible even made us know that the Lord caused a deep sleep to fall upon Saul. So it was the Lord's doing. But yet, David had the opportunity to kill the man that had turned him to a wanderer, that had turned him to a man on the run. Yet, David did not touch the Lord's anointed. David said, who will stretch his hand against the Lord's anointed and be guiltless? It's not possible. Yes, the anointed is in the wrong. He's doing the wrong things. He's saying the wrong things. But there is no way I will stretch my hand against the Lord's anointed and not be guiltless. In the story of David, it was not a matter of wrong or right, of a truth. Obviously, Saul was the one in the wrong. But David understood that the Lord has said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. You touch my anointed, I will fight you. I will come for you. It is a taboo. It's not an issue of if my anointed is wrong or right. And the Bible makes us know that for the cloth that David even tore from the anointed robe, the Bible makes us know that David's heart smote him. David's heart smote him. And there was another time God delivered Saul into the hand of David. And one of David's soldiers, his strong man, said, my master, let me strike him once. I will not even strike him twice. David's men were fierce and they were swift and they were very skilled. Go and read about the mighty men of David and the victories they wrought in supernatural ways. Those guys were strong and they were swift like the guy said, Baba, King David, I will strike him once. It won't be twice. I will strike him once and I'll get it. And David said, are you okay? Are you normal? That nobody can stretch his hand against God's anointed and not be guiltless. And David came to a point where he said, maybe Saul will fall in battle. Maybe God will kill him one day. I don't know. But as far as me, I'm concerned, I will not touch the Lord's anointed. And David, that was anointed by Prophet Samuel, the renowned prophet in Israel, to be king of Israel, David had to run away. He took his parents, went to keep them somewhere. David ran away and went to become a servant of the king of the Philistines. Imagine, this was a man anointed to be king of Israel. But because he will not break God's sacred law, he rather went to be the servant of an uncircumcised, the very same Philistine, king of the Philistines, who slayed their giant. David went to serve under him. David went to become a soldier to the Philistine. He rather chose that humble and miserable life than for him to kill the Lord's anointed and ascend the throne that he had been anointed and chosen by God to ascend. So when God calls David a man after his heart, you can understand why.